What's up, wave makers? It's me, Mommy Suna.
You slapped a fish.
Thank you for bearing with me. I took like a week off. I had a weekend with my family, my husband's birthday, Griffin's birthday. Yes, he's a year old, if you can believe that. Pop-Tart's here. Oh, you can show yourself today. Oh, there she is. And my dog's apparently. And my baby's sleeping, so I swear to God if he wakes up right now. Anyway, I got really burnt out. All this shit going on in paparazzi. Oh my God, it's been so much. Obviously, I will continue to keep you updated on that situation, but I need a break from paparazzi. It all became a little bit too much. But before we get into it, you guys, today's video is sponsored by NordVPN. Hey, coming at you from Mom Zone USA. It's a new year, and usually around this time, streaming services might switch some things up a bit. Their library of media might change because of contracts expiring and whatnot. Sometimes a movie or TV show will be taken off of American Netflix, but then like you could still find it, or it gets added to like Canadian Netflix or somewhere in the UK, you know? So with NordVPN, you can access any country's Netflix library, and it's really easy to do that. You get the most out of your streaming services, and literally it just takes one click to make your internet service provider think that you are somewhere else. Anywhere in the world. You can use NordVPN on up to 6 devices per account, and they have a 30-day money-back guarantee, so it's really risk-free, but it's also a really great way to keep you safe while browsing the internet. Using encrypted tunnels that keep your personal data safe and secure. No internet service provider or hackers are going to be able to see your online activity, and that is important. NordVPN invites you to join on their journey in making the internet a safer place. Go to nordvpn.com/SavannahMarie to get a 2-year plan plus 1 additional month with a huge discount. It's risk-free with Nord's 30-day money-back guarantee. That's nordvpn.com/SavannahMarie. Get that discount. And thank you so much to NordVPN for sponsoring this video. Now let's get back to another time and place in which my face is better looking. So I don't remember what the situation was here, but I have a video to react to today. I've been sitting on this one for almost 2 weeks now. I don't know, maybe someone just like sent this to me. Anyway, so this girl that we're going to be reacting to today was basically just straight up talking shit about Anti-MLM Nicole on Instagram, who if you don't follow her, you should. She is so sweet, and she makes some really cute little TikToks, or I guess reels. I don't know. She's probably on both of them, but either way, you should go check them out. She's got some good information there, but me being the petty bitch that I am, left a comment on the video because honestly, like, I'm shocked that this video is still up and that she hasn't blocked me. I straight up told her that I was gonna be making this video. I left a comment. I said, "Oh my, thank you for this A+++ content. My YouTube audience is gonna love this." You'll see when we get watching it, and I truthfully have not finished this video. I watched about half of it. I mean, I knew right away that the thing she was saying, it's like clearly like, I'm sorry, but she doesn't know her place. She's brainwashed. She's in Younique of all MLMs. Like, come on. But yeah, the caption she put on this video was anti-MLM, aka will not hate, because a hater's gonna hate. And again, when you watch this, you're gonna understand this next part why I said no to this, but she said, duel live? Let's go. I think she meant debate. I don't think she really wants to duel. I was not here to fight. And I said, I wouldn't waste my time on a live debate with you. You literally have no idea what you're talking about. You don't even understand your own industry. You can't debate someone who spews shit that's just blatantly false. We won't get anywhere. I'll post my sources though. Don't worry. I'm going to actually make sure I have a firm understanding of Younique's comp plan and get the real statistics you were trying to quote. LOL. I'll teach you a thing or two. Maybe you won't be so quick to make such a dumb video next time. Yeah, you'll hear in the video here, she's like, oh, I needed to come on here real quick. There was no thought in this video, and it's very clear. She pulled the whole, you only want to have a one-sided conversation. Talking to this girl would be a one-sided conversation. She doesn't know what she's talking about. And then she said, and thanks for all the insults. Where was I insulting her? It always just comes down to that. Just be like, well, you're a hater, so not gonna listen to anything you say. I said, make such a dumb video. The video was dumb. Sorry, I didn't say she was dumb. I said her video was dumb. She acted without thinking. I'm thinking maybe she did consider all this and she just doesn't care because the video's still up 2 weeks later. This girl thinks she's right. But anyway, usually when you call people dumb, they step into the light and see what you mean. I don't even fucking know what she's trying to say. I don't know if that was supposed to be a, like, I'm rubber, you're glue situation, but I'm like, I didn't call you dumb. Your choices are pretty dumb, though. And I'm gonna double down on that with the fact that this video is still live. But I did download this video the moment it was sent to me because I was convinced that she was going to delete it, but somehow it's still up. I don't know. Basically, I just said I might as well debate a potato. It wouldn't be a legitimate debate because she's willfully ignorant. And she said, more names, haha, I can't even with you. Sorry, I'm just sharing this whole stream of comments with you because it's just so stupid. I said, you think that's name calling? Those are observations, sweaty. You posted a ridiculous 45-minute long video and you expect me to have not made any observations about your thought process? What? You don't want me to start actually name calling, trust me. And if that's the only response you have to me, that only further justifies my decision not to give you the time of day. By the way, brainwashed, ignorant, misinformed, etc. are adjectives. They're describing words. Names are nouns. Learn how the English language works before you try to put words in my mouth. And she said, you're so smart. My daughter is in kindergarten and she's brought home homework to me so far this year about learning adjectives and verbs. This is kindergarten. It's not a matter of being smart. I said, at least I think before I spew dumb shit on Instagram Live. She said, any more judgments? You seem to know me so well. And this was 6 days ago. This is the last part of the conversation. I said, well, given how much you're egging on my responses, I'd say you're relentless and you have a hard time figuring out when to shut up. And then she shut up. Okay, well, finally. That took long enough. Sweaty. Without further ado, let's just watch this video together. It's definitely a good one. Pippi, please. And also don't forget to leave your likes and stuff down below. You know. Here we go.
Hello. I actually haven't done like a rant video for years. I'm actually don't even really like doing rant videos, but I wanted to pop on and kind of like educate people, I guess, on my point of view even. I'm not sure.
First of all, educating people on your point of view is not educating someone on facts. That means you're trying to educate people on your opinion. Your point of view is your point of view. It is not factual. Like, again, it's just like basic understanding of the English language. It's like, I'm gonna educate you on my point of view. I don't know you and I don't give a shit about your point of view. That's not what she meant. She meant to be like, listen, you don't know what you're talking about and I'm about to school you and tell you some facts. So that's what she meant, but by the definition of what she was actually saying in that sentence, it's, let me tell you my opinion, and I need you to take it as factual information.
I had a friend post a reel today in her stories, and it was an anti-MLM reel, and so I went and watched it, and I've seen a million anti-MLM things before. Like, I kind of feel like when I first kind of joined I am not anti-MLM.
Clearly.
When I first kind of joined companies and I heard lots of things, and then eventually, you know, I did take a year off MLM because I was like overwhelmed. I had done all sorts of stuff. I had lots going on in my life at the time. And I took a break and I reviewed MLM products though. Like that whole year I was a YouTuber instead and just was totally independent. I tried lots of products. I learned about lots of companies. And I even tried to do affiliate programs instead where there wasn't tiered marketing. And I will say, like, I'm sorry, you just make more money on MLMs. But
okay, first of all, she admits that she was in an MLM and she was overwhelmed. And yeah, you know, you can be overwhelmed with other stuff in your life. I understand that. But it's like, she left MLM, you know? She left MLM to be a YouTuber, by the way. I'd be really curious to see what her content was. So she said she was reviewing MLM products. She mentions, you know, I tried to do affiliate marketing, but you just make more money in MLM. Do you know why that is? Because in affiliate marketing, you just get a commission for what you sell or, you know, what people buy from your affiliate links. In multi-level marketing, you get a commission from what you sell, yes, of course, but you get extra on top of that based on your downline, based on what your downline sells or buys for themselves. And that is intrinsically the problem that we see in MLMs. The distributors are the customers. You can argue it all day and night. I don't give a shit. You're wrong because they are the customers. You're gonna try to tell me that no one in your downline has been made to believe that they need to be replacing all of their makeup with Younique? Like, come on. You're not a very good leader then if you haven't told them to do that, because you have to be a product of the product. How are you going to sell these products if you're not using them yourself? Oh boy, Griffin's awake. Sorry, Griffin's a naked baby because he's just so drooly. His clothes just get soaking wet and I just like don't want to deal with it. So where was I? Okay, right. So it's really shitty, isn't it? Because the way you make money in MLM, and you pretty much admit it here yourself, you do make more money in an MLM because the second factor on top of what affiliate marketing has is that you make the bulk of your money from your group volume, your group sales, like whatever they call it in Younique, which is a combination of what they're buying and selling. So in order for you to make more money in an MLM than in affiliate marketing, you have to recruit a team, convince them that they are about to be business owners and leaders and whatever the fuck. All it is they turn around, end up just becoming the customer, thinking, convinced that they are business owners when they're really not, and you are raking in the money. Seriously? And I'm pretty sure she goes into this too, where she's just like, no, it's point blank period. I get money from product sales. Okay, I want to see your paycheck then. I know that's none of my business and it's never gonna happen. You're not inclined to share those things with me, but if you really truly want me to believe that statement when you get to it, show me your pay stubs. Show me the itemized list of where the money came from that ended up in your bank account. Because I guarantee that if you were to itemize every single thing on that paycheck, you would see her own personal sales would be a little tiny percentage and the rest of it would come from group volume. You go into that group volume, you see everyone in her downline and see what was contributed from each individual person and how that was contributed. Until you can provide me that showing that the bulk of your paycheck came from your personal sales, then it's pretty obvious why you make more money in MLM, isn't it? It's because you've convinced enough people that they're business owners and now they're contributing to your paycheck by being customers who believe that they're business owners.
I came back to them because I learned more, and I like at first I feel like I kind of felt like down in the dumps because there are all these people that hate on MLMs and hate on direct sales, and it's really like discouraging that there's like I'm literally gonna just flat out say they're haters. Like I feel like they either had a really bad experience themselves with MLMs and so they're pointing out all the wrong flaws.
Sorry, my mic was not recording through that. I don't know what the fuck happened. Anyway, what she just said, false. I've been into MLMs, but I wouldn't say that they were bad experiences. I just started talking about my experience in it and said I'll never join another MLM again, and then it just like snowballed into what it is today, because that's just how it works when you educate yourself and learn.
They like know somebody that lost a lot of money. There's people like that legitimately lose a lot of money in no matter what business they start, okay?
Well, yeah, of course. But basically, so she's going to move on to the next point here. But so what she said was these anti-MLM haters are people who have either had a bad experience in themselves or know somebody who's had a bad experience in themselves. That's not true. There are plenty, but you don't have to know someone personally to know it's not a good idea, to know it's a fucking scam, to know it's sketchy. Just the same way that I don't need to try meth to know I shouldn't do that, to know it's not good for me, to know that it could ruin my fucking life. Doesn't work like that. MLM doesn't work that way either. I didn't need to know Ted Bundy personally to know that he's a monster of a human. The funny thing about the human mind is that a lot of times, not all the time, but a lot of times it's able to think logically, to take information as it's presented to you and make a educated opinion on what has been presented to you. Funny how the human brain can do that. Also, sometimes you have people who have brains that just make shit up and then they base their opinion on that, but that is not the case in multi-level marketing or meth or Ted Bundy.
So you can lose a lot of money in all sorts of businesses, you guys. So this girl, I'm just gonna call her out because we had public conversation, so why not? It's just Anti-MLM Nicole. She was really thrilled that I commented on her page, and said something because she said, oh, thanks for the shout out. So here, I'm shouting you out right now. So
wow. Like, this is so passive aggressive. It's gross. It's really, really gross. Here you go. I'm shouting you out. Now it's like, okay, you can take your fake fucking baby talk and throw it out the goddamn window. Sorry, Griffin. No baby talk here. You might be hearing it from this lady, though, because she seems to be a master at passive aggressive behavior.
Anti-MLM Nicole. She is claiming that your MLM company is not so special, and she says that yes, 75 to 99% of people who join MLMs, network marketing, direct sales, social selling companies, make no profit or go into debt. That's true. It's actually very, very true. I'm not saying that's not true, but I am going to say that all small businesses are businesses of 500 people or less in the United States. There is a 90% failure rate for small businesses in the United States, period.
So she's saying this, and I'll show you the real statistic. This is wrong. This is actually not true. 90% is an overshot. Here, I'll let her continue talking, and then I'll show you the real data.
Period. And that's like somebody putting in a legit amount of money, probably like brick and mortar businesses, like crazy businesses, right? And so 30, I think it's like, here, I'm just going to read it. It's like straight from the Better Business Bureau themselves, okay?
The Better Business Bureau. That's funny. Okay, so the thing about the Better Business Bureau, they're not an authority to speak on this, first of all. With the Better Business Bureau, while yeah, you know, they can provide some good information here and there about stuff, it has some sketchy business practices from what I understand. I think you can, in a roundabout way, pay your way to an A rating. Basically, the BBB is good if you want to like read some customer reviews, some bad customer reviews pretty much. But a business might have an F rating with the BBB because they receive a bunch of complaints and then they don't respond to them through the BBB. In order to go around that, a company could respond to the complaints sent to the BBB by saying, this isn't true, next, and then it's like not even counted from that's how I understand it. I've also just heard that these companies pay to have a high rating, like basically like fix my rating or I'm gonna stop giving you guys money. I mean, it's a private organization. It has no authority over any of this. So this statistic that she's quoting, let me see if I can find where she's quoting this from, because I guarantee that it's from like some weird third-party news source, not even the BBB's website. I searched BBB small business fail. Maybe I should do failure rate? Okay, even searching BBB small business failure rate, I didn't even find anything on Google at all. There is a Google result that when you click on it, it's been deleted from the Better Business Bureau, so it doesn't exist anymore. But it says, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, and this is the statistic I'm going to quote to you guys because this is correct. The Bureau of Labor Statistics is going to be the authority here. They're going to be the ones that have the right information. So if I just take out BBB, okay, BLS.gov is what it is, but about 20% of U.S. small businesses fail within the first year, okay? By the end of the 5th year, roughly half have faltered. After 10 years, only around a third, which would be about 33%, have survived. So meaning 66% have failed after 10 years. She said 90%? Correct me if I'm wrong, or I'm just reading the statistics wrong. But I haven't seen a single reputable source to tell me that 90% of small businesses are failures. And that is over the course of 10 years. And MLMs are not included in this. MLMs are not small businesses. Go fucking figure. You're an independent contractor. As a matter of fact, MLMs are large businesses. They're very big businesses. Most of them anyway. The popular ones definitely are. They got corporate offices and hundreds of employees, if not thousands. These are not small businesses. So basically the reason I say that is because maybe this statistic is somewhere, I didn't look it up, I don't know. But I guarantee, just based on what I know, the years that I've put into this, after 1 year, I guarantee that a lot more than 20% of people will leave their MLM. I guarantee it. This bit of information also, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, was between 2010 and 2019. So this was before COVID hit or anything like that. My point is, she doesn't know what the fuck she's talking about. Who told you this, lady? Your upline? You read this off of the Better Business Bureau? I'm just gonna read this. It's right here in front of me. Who sent you that? Where is the source? I'll post my sources down below. You can find these sources. But my God, we are 3 minutes into this and she's already spewing bullshit that I can't even find, not even on some random ass blog somewhere, not attributed to the BBB anyway. Clearly, she's just fucking wrong. She's just fucking wrong here. She has the statistic in front of her and it's wrong. She says where it came from, says it's from the BBB. Can't fucking find it. Send it to me. Send me the link. I dare you.
20% of small businesses fail in the first year. 30% by the second year. 70% failure by the end of the fifth year, and within a decade, 90% of all small businesses, including ones that are not MLM, fail.
Including ones that are not MLM. So that makes me think maybe, like, are they adding that statistic, like, that we just got done reading in with the failure of MLMs to make the MLM failure side seem lower than it actually is? The law of averages, you know? Because the statistics that I was just quoting from the Bureau of Labor Statistics, hey, newsflash, those statistics aren't including MLMs because they're not small businesses. The Bureau of Labor Statistics does not recognize your MLM as a small business, chick. It just doesn't, because it's not. She's speaking to the camera just like, here's the statistic. And I'm like, where the fuck is it?
Okay, so that's just a business fact. So
not true.
Figure that out, first of all.
You figure that out.
She comments on the fact that let's see, in order to make the first one, your MLM's not different because you're still heavily incentivized to recruit new people in the company in order to make a substantial money whatsoever. There are lots of influencers that sign up for MLM companies all the time that in my own personal company that I see sell like $10,000 a month by themselves. Am I a giant influencer like that? No. Do I sell $10,000 a month myself? No. But do I still make money? Yes. Okay.
So what are you trying to prove then? Like, yeah, we know influencers or people who already have a following will join an MLM in order to capitalize on said following. If affiliate programs and sponsorships aren't coming your way, might as well join an MLM because no one has to reach out to you for that. MLMs will take anyone on who wants to sign up, dude. Like, you can sign up for literally any MLM regardless of your resume or your work experience or any of that shit. Or, you know, in the case of influencers, your reputation, your following, doesn't matter. MLMs will take anybody. So what the fuck is this point trying to be? Yeah, we know if you already have an audience, your likelihood of making more sales to said audience is obviously going to be higher. But are you really going to tell me that those people who have that established following, who are making money off of that following, you're really going to tell me they don't have a team? I think they do. I guarantee they do. And they're probably making a lot more off of that team than they're making themselves.
So this means someone will always be losing money under you in order for you to succeed. That is not true. So
yes, it is.
There is no way that if I succeeded, would somebody underneath me ever lose money? Nobody underneath me would ever lose money if I succeeded at this business, okay?
No. See, she's got this twisted. It is not they are losing out because you're succeeding. It's the other way around. It's you're succeeding because they're losing out. You've got this mixed up, chick. She's saying my success does not make others fail. You're right. Others' failure makes you succeed. That's it. That is what it is. And she even admitted herself, statistically, upwards of like 75%. I think it's 73% to be exact with the AARP study, but whatever, we'll round up, we'll say 75% or more. If that number is true, I mean, that correlates to your team too. If you have a team of 100 people and on the low end, 75% of those people will fail, then yup, 75 people out of 100 failed underneath you. I don't understand what she's trying to argue here. It makes no sense. And that's why this whole video makes no sense, because she either put words in Nicole's mouth, which we know she's good at because she was trying to put words in my mouth. She's got it twisted, or she just can't think critically critically. Because yeah, chick, no one is arguing what you're saying that we're arguing. We're arguing like literally the opposite.
Every single bonus that I get from our team sells, so you get a commission on your sales. That's like a normal sales job. Every sales job, you get paid in commission, okay?
Yep.
Then there's bonuses by becoming leaders, and they actually make these leadership levels have certain restrictions on purpose to make sure that you as a leader are not just working off of other people, to make sure that you have sales minimums yourself if you want to get paid on leadership.
Okay, but that sales minimum is a minimum that you can make yourself. That is your personal volume, which according to Younique itself can be made by either your sales to customers or your personal purchases. You could be at the tippy top of Younique. Okay, so exclusive presenters with Younique, purple and black. Your personal retail sales in both of those ranks, and actually green and above, are $500. So you have to sell $500 a month in product to be able to maintain that rank. Sorry, Griffin's like really fussy. I don't want that cookie. No! Let me pull up their income disclosure if they have one.
A few moments later.
Okay, so they don't have one. All right, well, let's just say, based on what I see in these larger companies like this, and for the sake of math, let's say that the average black presenter with Younique makes $1 million a year. I would have a more accurate number if Younique would release an income disclosure statement, but they do not, so that's what we're doing here. We're guessing. So you make $1 million a year. In order to maintain the rank, who says you have to sell anything? What's $500 a month to you if you're making $1 million a year? What's that? $6,000 a year? You can spend $6,000 a year to make $1 million a year at that point. It doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. You don't have to make those sales yourself. You don't. According to their independent presenter agreement, which this was effective July 15th, 2021, so it's fairly recent. Oh my God, how many pages is this? Fucking 58 pages. Okay. They define PRS, personal retail sales, as the sum of the points reflecting value for sale of commissionable products sold to Younique presenter or his or her customers. Bada boom, bada bing. PRS is not just sales to customers, it is personal purchases as well. You can maintain that yourself if you want to. The lower ranks here, the lowest rank in Younique, to avoid being inactivated, each presenter must sell at least 125 in PRS during the previous 3 months. Compensation plans are difficult to understand, okay? But yeah, that jumps to 500 to make the next rank over the course of 3 months. And then the next rank is 250 per month, 500 monthly if you hit green. I hope this is all making sense. At this point, I've forgotten what this lady said, but I think basically she was just going on about how the leadership roles are set up so that you have to work yourself to get your group volume commissions. And that's just simply not true. You don't have to. You can sit back and let those commissions roll in, those bonuses, those team bonuses, you can let them roll in and pay $500 a month, in which you get product in exchange for that too. But turns out you're a customer. Younique is still making money off of your sales. So what do they fucking care? They don't care who's paying for the products. They just care that someone is. They don't care if it's from someone within the organization or from a real customer. But I'm telling you right now, I mean, for the most part, real customers just don't exist in terms of MLMs.
There's no sales minimums for a lot of companies if you're just only doing sales. But if you choose, it's a choice to become a leader and help other people.
What I just got done reading, it said 125 is the minimum over the course of 3 months. So Younique has one too. It's not a monthly minimum. It's a 3-month minimum regardless.
Make money. You can make extra money helping basically train and make them money.
Sorry, my camera died. Yeah, not extra money. No, the bulk of your money comes from what she's saying. You can make extra money by helping other people. No, the bulk of your paycheck is coming from that part. And by helping people, what do you mean? Getting on a Zoom call and telling them to read some self-development books and writing scripts out for them to cold message to their friends and family? Oh no, we don't do cold messaging. That's tacky. Okay, so then you like write out scripts to post post on a Facebook post, or tell them how many times a day they're supposed to post, tell them what they're supposed to post. That's your idea of helping people? I mean, what is it? We all know what it is. We've seen the Zoom calls, baby. We've seen your training calls. We know how much you people love to praise Eric Youre. I'm pretty sure Eric Youre had some kind of experience, particularly with Younique, if I'm not mistaken. I know what that training is. And the thing is, it's so interesting to me because in a real job, if you get promoted to a leadership position, like a manager or something, you had to like prove yourself as a lower level employee first in order to get promoted to the manager. So you had to have experience in something, or else you're not going to get that promotion. With MLMs, you can have zero leadership skills at all and then be able to call yourself a leader. And most of the time, from my experience, from what I have seen, they don't gain leadership skills. They just spew out the same shit that they all say. They regurgitate each other's trainings. They post the same shit on Instagram stories and they say the same shit on their Zooms. It's all the same shit, really.
So you do not get paid on your downline unless they're making sales.
Making sales or buying stuff for themselves. It's in their terms and conditions. You do not get paid on your downline's volume. If there is no volume, yeah, duh. But that volume can either come from themselves or from customers. Hello? I don't know if this chick just thought that like none of us know how to actually read or can read like fine print in terms and conditions, but like it's not that fucking hard. She's like, no one's gonna look this up. Their terms and conditions are like 50 something pages long. No one's gonna read this. Hi, nice to see you.
If they are buying a bunch of product, then that is their choice.
Okay, yeah, no one made them go write their credit card details into Younique's website and buy inventory, but you cannot say that there weren't outside forces, little earwigs getting into their brains, telling them to do so. You're really going to tell me, and I said this earlier, you want me to believe that you've never once told your downline that they need to start replacing the things that they already use in their makeup and skincare routine with Younique because they need to be a product of the product. No one's gonna buy it from you if you're not a product of the product. They expect you to go live. And listen, I was in Lime Life by Alcone. I was in a makeup MLM. I know what it's like. I know what goes on behind the scenes in these companies. In Lime Life, we were told that we had to build a kit, so we were expected to purchase products, one of every single product, even all the foundation shades, all that, so that we could go do at-home parties or something and have a foundation shade for every person, you know, stuff like that. Now, I don't know if that same thing can be said for Younique as far as building a kit, but it certainly, I guarantee that you've been told, that your team has been told to go live using the products, go live showing how to do this makeup look. Because if they haven't been told that, then what is the training? What is the helping? What are you doing? I'd be curious to see. So yeah, I definitely 100% call bullshit on this.
Okay, I as a leader will never ever tell my downline to buy a bunch of product.
But you will tell them to go live using the products. And how are they supposed to go live using the products if they don't have the products? See, that's an earwig. It's something that's in their brain that's just like, oh, I can't do this makeup look if I don't have the blush, if I don't have the bronzer. Oh, I got a pimple today and I'm out of cleanser. I guess I might as well just buy Younique. Sometimes it's a slow process, but I'm pretty sure it's easy to spend $125 a month on Younique because that shit is overpriced and they have a lot of products. And sure, maybe you're gonna make a sale or two here and there that's gonna cut into that 125, but if it doesn't, if you don't want to go inactive, you better figure it out. You better make an order. You better make that 125 yourself. That's just literally how it goes. And Younique's own terms and conditions says that this is a possibility. So while you might not look someone in the face and say you need to buy inventory, there are most certainly things that you have posted in your special Facebook groups or said on your team calls that have suggested to people that they need to be investing in the products. Obviously, I don't have proof of that because I've never watched her training, but if she's not doing that, then what are you doing to help your team make sales? What is it?
Ask anybody on my team, I straight up tell them not to, okay? So know that that is not a necessity. That is not the truth. If I make money, my company pays me bonuses on our team sales.
And your team purchases, personal purchases that people on your team have made. You're leaving that part out. Why are you leaving that part out? Hi, I'm editing right now, but I just wanted to throw this in here because I was just curious. I went to her Instagram to see if I could find any other trainings, and she has quite a few. So the first one I freaking clicked on was this one, and I'm just gonna let this clip play for you, and you can just judge for yourself. I just personally feel like there's a lot of hypocrisy here, but you can come to that conclusion yourself. Okay, here it is.
You have to have something to show. So you're gonna maybe most companies you'll get something small. Upgrade. You usually get a good discount when you do an upgrade. I know our company, I think you can go up, then you can do a $99 package instead of the $35 package, and you get like 5 more products so that are a variety of types of products, so that way you have more things to show. You have to be getting out there and showing it. Period. Okay. And then most companies have minimums. Like some are not very big minimums and some are bigger minimums. So just depends on your company as to what your minimum is. But in general, I would say whatever your company's minimum is, in my opinion, I'm going to throw that in my opinion on there. In my opinion, is probably about what you should be getting for yourself. Period. Like, that's just going to keep you active as a salesperson and ensure that you do have things on hand. You have things that are fresh on hand.
It's almost like she's being selective about what information she shares. Almost like you're lying by omission.
That money that I make from helping my team make money never comes from the people below me.
Okay, yeah, obviously. We know that your team is not taking money out of their own pocket and putting it into your pocket. We know that. We're not stupid. But again, what they're doing is taking money out of their pocket, investing in their business, which then gets thrown into your group volumes pool, and you get a chunk of that. You get a percentage of that based on your rank. But you are omitting some pretty important details there because you're trying to make someone else look bad, make them look like they don't know what the fuck they're talking about, when as a matter of fact, turns out we do know what we're talking about, and you're getting called out for lying by omission.
Never. My paychecks only come from Younique.
Duh! We know that. Again, I swear to God, I think this girl thinks we're dumb. Like, she's never actually listened to the arguments. It's very clear. It's very fucking clear. She's like, I've seen a lot of anti-MLM, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so if you've seen a lot of anti-MLM videos or whatever, and you actually listened, I have never once seen a single person claim that your paychecks come directly from the pockets of other people. We all know. Like, we know Younique pays you on your stupid fucking purple card. We know. But you make the amount of money you make based on the money that your team is not only making with sales, but spending. Come on. We're not dumb.
The people below me do not pay into some pot that pays me, okay?
They kind of do, in a roundabout way. They get product in return, yes, but they don't necessarily need those products. They're made to believe they need those products. But yeah, that money contributes to their personal volume, or whatever it's called in Younique, and that personal volume gets added together for every single person in your downline to form your group volume, and that's how you get paid.
It's strictly out of sales of products alone.
And purchasing products alone, okay.
Period. Like,
Period.
It's a straight percentage paid from the company. Nobody loses. The company pays me.
Nobody loses? Nobody loses? What about the one singular person who's bought 7 different foundation shades because they were told that they need to? Someone out there exists that has been told that they need to invest in skin tones that are not their own. Oh, well, I mean, prime example number 1. At one point, there were a bunch of Younique doing blackface. I'll pull up the pictures if I can find them. I don't remember exactly what it was for, but it was like an anti-racist thing. People were putting like multiple foundation shades on their face to be like, every color is beautiful or some shit like that. Okay, why do you have such dark foundation when you're clearly white as a fucking cloud? Who told you to buy all that? Oh, well, they're just professional makeup artists. No, come on. I don't have 7 different shades of foundation. I can understand maybe having a few, like you would do like a darker for your contour or something like that, lighter under your eyes, like 3 max. But these people were like, they had all the colors of the rainbow, baby. And why? I wonder why. Interesting. Who told them that was a good idea, you know? Someone did.
Okay, so the company might. I don't know. They're not losing. They're getting the sales. Like, Okay, what else? There's lots of goodies. I kind of want to like go through her whole page because I actually have spent so much time rationalizing this when I was kind of like dropping out of it and feeling kind of sad about the industry and all this sort of stuff. And this sort of stuff is what makes people question themselves when they're doing a legit legal business.
First of all, you are not doing a business. You're an independent contractor. You are part of someone else's very large business anyway. It's legal because the people running these companies literally use loopholes in order to run a legal pyramid scheme. Point blank, period. The product is the loophole. Everything else about an MLM is a pyramid scheme. If you took that one singular little thing, the product, out of the equation, it's 100% a pyramid scheme. But they use the product as a loophole in order to operate the way that they do legally. Meanwhile, you got companies like Herbalife, you got Advocare, Young Living. I know Jess MUA has a whole list of companies that have been shut down, but a lot of them are for things like this, for operating as a pyramid scheme, even though some of them have been in operation for years. Hello, Herbalife. It's not like they just suddenly changed things up that made them a pyramid scheme. No, they had been operating like that for a long time. It was just a matter of them getting caught. And Younique is right up that alley. If the FTC had the task force available to investigate every single multi-level marketing company and determine whether or not they're actually running as pyramid schemes, I think things would be a lot different. But unfortunately, there's not a huge task force for this. That's where we come in. That's why the anti-MLM movement exists, because the FTC is just too damn slow. I know they're doing what they can, and they are doing a great job with the things that they do in regards to all of this, but it's not enough. It needs to be going quicker. Hopefully, people like myself and others in the movement make it come along faster. It's only been a few years since we've really been actively doing this. So we'll wait and see just how things change in the future. But yeah, you're in a pyramid scheme. Call your dad.
This is not a pyramid scheme. I will get into that.
Yes, it is.
This is a legit legal business, or it wouldn't be in business. It wouldn't be a thing, and I will tell you the difference.
Yeah, tell that to Herbalife.
Okay, so if you just like the product and want to sell it, that's fine, she says, but she still wants to hate on you.
I disagree. And, you know, if she says that, then that's fine. That's her opinion. I disagree because even if you like the product, giving money to that company for said product is supporting them financially, and that's keeping them afloat. That's keeping the business alive, and we don't want that. Now, what I will say also is that every single MLM, there's a dupe for them. Every single company. Whether it be makeup, whether it be protein shakes or whatever, there's dupes for all of them. You just gotta find them. You don't have to buy from an MLM. They're not special. Just like Nicole said earlier, your MLM's not special. You're not.
You know? But I want to ask you, are you making an actual profit after all other expenses, monthly requirements, or taxes are accounted for? And if you're not, you do need to adjust your business plan. You need to adjust how much you're purchasing, what your sales tactics. If you're not making sales, you need to mix things up and do something different. Are you putting yourself out there? Are you getting on camera? Are you writing a blog? Are you doing something to see people and connect with people? Because you're not going to sell anything if you're not connecting with people. Period.
So it sounds like that's basically what her training is. I mean, I think she just gave us a little sneak peek. Never heard any of that before.
If you're into an MLM, I highly encourage you to do a profit loss statement. I mean, yeah, a lot, like we already went over, lots of people are losing money because lots of people are running their independent personal business incorrectly. It has nothing to do with MLM. It has nothing to do with the structure of the company.
No, it 100% does. Sorry, I'll let her finish.
It has nothing to do with the commission, like how the commissions are paid or anything. It has to do with the person.
No, it doesn't. Okay, because the MLM business structure is literally built so that you cannot make it to the top of the company if others beneath you are also winning, you know? Like, everyone can't be at the tippy top. So, I mean, for example, to make it to the top rank of the company, you have to have 4 first-generation elites. So in these companies, your generations, like your first generation is going to be the people beneath you. So you need to have 4 people that you've personally recruited, make it to at least green, which is the 5th rank in the company. You have to have 4 of those. In order to be a green presenter, you have to have recruited 3 people in your first level, qualified first level presenters. I'd assume that probably means they're making their 125. But usually in these companies, to be qualified, my portal is ringing downstairs and I'm not gonna just stop while it does that. It's very loud. But basically what I'm getting at is that every single one of these, like, to make it to pink, which is the third rank in the company, you gotta start building a team. You have to have recruited at least one person, and they have to be qualified, whatever that means. Usually to be qualified in these companies, it means you had to have at least, like, made a minimum, like, I guess personal retail sales is what it would be in Younique. Younique's website makes it kind of hard to find stuff. Like I was saying, I had to find the definition of a lot of these in their fucking presenter agreement, which is 58 pages long, so.
Okay, like, not running their business correctly. Nobody that, like, anybody can join an MLM, okay? If you got $35, you can join an MLM. Like, it's like, come on. And $35 for a business expense to start up is the dumbest, lowest price. I spend that on lunch, okay? So,
you spent $35 on one lunch? Is this woman like 12 feet tall? Is she like 3 times bigger than the average person, so they need to eat 3 times as much? Because $35 on lunch, like, where are you eating? Do you know how much food you could get for $35 at like Taco Bell? That's enough to feed a large family, dude. You spend $35 on lunch? What the fuck?
If you don't join an MLM company to find purpose or extra income, you're worth more than a 99% failure rate. Apparently, you're only worth something if you're not stuck in one of these businesses. That's what she just said.
No, that's not what she just said. It maybe wasn't worded correctly, but that's not what she's saying. Here's what she meant by that. She meant that in an MLM, you are basically made to believe that you are worth what your rank is, pretty much. Because, and you know, I can't speak for everybody, but we've seen many examples of high-up elites only willing to help people who are at a certain rank, who have certain sales volumes. If you're a little guy and you go reach out to one of your elites in your company, don't expect a response. You're not worth anything to them. You are contributing to their paycheck, but that's about it. And they don't care. What she's saying is you're worth more than that. What she's saying is that if you are in an MLM, you are not living your best life, I guess. Like, you're not exceeding, I don't know, you guys know what I'm trying to say, but you know what Nicole was trying to say. This girl, again, just puts words in people's mouths. You dancing like a monkey and buying all these products because you think you're a business owner, you are spending so much time and so many of your resources trying to make this thing work that statistically just doesn't work when you could be doing something better for yourself. That's what she's saying. Because yeah, she's not saying you're not worth anything in an MLM. I mean, to society as a whole, to people who have a heart and soul. Ooh, bars. You're a human. You're obviously worth something to society because humans are just like important. Hello. What she's saying is that the people who are up high in MLMs, who are succeeding in MLMs, don't give a shit about the little guy. They give a shit as long as they're making money off of them, and the moment they're not, it's so easy for these people to just focus their attention on other people who are being successful. And you can do better than that. That's what she's saying. She's not saying if you're in an MLM, you ain't shit. Come on.
If you want to support my page, feel free to donate. Oh, she's taking donations, guys. You could donate money to her instead.
What, instead? So are you, by inserting the word instead into that sentence, you're saying like, instead of emptying your bank account into believing you're a business owner when you're really not, you could help support me by making a donation. By this logic, are you saying people in MLMs are essentially just donating to the uplines? Instead means you're comparing the two, you know? It's really not a comparison. Business expenses, if you want to call buying your rank and buying your active status in your MLM, if you want to call that business expenses, spending literally hundreds of dollars a month, potentially, if you want to compare that to donating $5 to a creator one time. And this girl, like, listen, oh my God, it's so stupid because she was sitting there at the beginning of this being like, I was a YouTuber. So then you should understand how much work goes into making content. And listen, Anti-MLM Nicole, I believe she does stuff on TikTok. If she does, like, let me tell you, I'm not very big on TikTok. I don't do much with it. I do sometimes though, so you can follow me if you want. But like, for example, my sister has like, I don't know, a decent sized following, I believe, but like, she hardly makes any money on it. Because on TikTok, it's a lot harder to make money. With Reels on Instagram, it's a lot harder to make money. You can't, I mean, I look at it myself as a professional YouTuber who now does this as a job. I'm able to contribute more time to my craft now that this is my job. I don't have to go work and then come home and try to to fit time into my schedule to do this. Like, it just is my schedule. So it's like the same thing. Like, if you like a content creator, by donating to them so that it becomes more of a means of supporting themselves, means that they can contribute more time to that craft. You can't say any of this for someone in an MLM. Like, what the fuck? And then she's gonna sit here and shame them. Like, you've been a YouTuber too, so you should understand. I mean, I don't know what level of YouTuber she thought she was. If you were just doing product reviews, you probably didn't have that big of an audience, especially if you stopped doing it. Like, so I don't know, maybe she probably never even monetized anything she ever did. Maybe she did, I don't fucking know. If that's the case, even then you should know the struggle, right? So why are you shaming? Because the difference is being a content creator, a donation is a donation. It's not a necessity. In an MLM, spending money is a necessity. You can sugarcoat it all you want and say it's not, but it totally is.
Failing? Oh, support me.
Support me. The businesses are two different things. She's the one comparing them. She's the one comparing content creation to an MLM. They're not the same business. Like, they're very different. The stream of income is very different. You watching this video right now, unless you're like one of my very kind patrons or my members, if you are not willingly donating to me, you're not paying shit to watch this video. It costs you nothing. To go scroll through TikTok, it costs you nothing. To scroll through YouTube, it costs you nothing. You do not lose money by watching content creators. But when you're in an MLM, you lose money to a lot of different things, to trainings, to retreats, to products, to business expenses, like just so much shit. You just can't compare the two.
Anyways, let's see.
Passive aggressive.
Oh, we had some conversation. That's what it was. Sorry. This is not a planned live at all.
Clearly.
I just kind of was like, I don't know. I was on one, I guess, because this is not really my style at all. But I get tired of this stuff because it's super negative.
There it is with the negativity, baby. This is okay, I have like this, this is an unsweet tea, so don't freak out. I'm not like sitting here chugging sugar water, carbonated sugar water. The whole like, so negative thing, just, you want to talk about what drives you crazy, but I hate hearing it. It's so annoying. People are spewing facts. It's so annoying. It's so negative to be factually correct. Shut up. Just shut up. It's so stupid. You don't know what negative is if you think that's negative. It's negatively affecting you and your business probably, but it's positively affecting all of the people that you may have scammed into joining your team that now won't because they have the information to know not to do that to themselves. So sure, when these people say, oh, it's so negative, it's negative to them. It's a purely selfish negativity. People talk shit to me. It's so negative. It's like, well, that shit talking is probably justified 9 times out of 10.
And they think they're like helping people somehow, and they're not. Let's see.
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you in my DMs? Dude, even just today, it's downstairs. Today, I went to my P.O. box. One of you fabulous people sent me some stuff from your small business and wrote me a beautiful card that was like 2 years ago you helped me out of my MLM, and now I have my own small business. And that's just one thing that happened to me today. I'm sorry, are you in my DMs? I get them all the time. I get messages that are just like, thank you for helping me get out of my MLM. This is what I'm doing to improve my life, and I'm out of my fucking cult. They think that they're helping people, but they're really not. Yeah, no, I definitely am. And it's those kind of messages that like keeps me going, dude. Because there are some days when I listen to stuff like this, when I listen to people like her who are trying to just passive aggressively talk shit and like make us feel like we're the bad guy. Getting those messages from you guys, that's what like always reminds me like, okay, I am doing something right here. When I hear that profits are down in this MLM or that MLM, that makes me feel like things are justified. That makes me feel like I'm doing something right. That's the thing about activism. That's what this is. She sits here and she's like, I'm helping my team. We all know what her definition is of helping her team.
No, that's not true. Your MLM, oh, by the way, my MLM is not special. Every MLM is special, okay? Just so you know. If
your definition of special is one MLM says that to be active, you have to sell $300 a month, and the other MLM says you have to do $150 a month, they're different. They're totally different. No. If you put two compensation plans side by side and you compare the two, yeah, the numbers are going to be a little different here and there, but in general, they're exactly the same. Maybe you need to recruit 2 people to get to the 3rd level instead of 1 in this MLM, but that MLM, you make 40% commission, and this one you make 25. Doesn't fucking matter. The numbers are different. The structure is the same. So just knock it off with this shit, man.
They all have philanthropies they work for. They all inspire and uplift and empower women. Like,
so do cults. Yeah, so do cults.
a really, really cool place to be. Or the health industry is empowering everybody. I mean, even the makeup. We have men in our makeup company and everything. It doesn't matter gender. But I just mean, like, it's about uplifting and empowering each other and teamwork and the positivity and all sorts of stuff. Whether you win or lose, like, you gain this community, this network of people that really, like, connect and work well together. And
whether you win or lose, so she, yeah, again, is acknowledging that, yeah, people lose. Also, this network of people who, you know, work all well together, blah, blah, blah. It's like, okay, well, if you leave your MLM, you're never going to talk to them again 9 times out of 10. So that network of people is only so amazing as long as you're in the MLM. The moment you get out, they don't give a shit about you anymore.
There's a right and there's a wrong way to do it. There's a lot of wrong ways to do it. Stemmed from the party model back in the 80s or heck, 60s when it started. But yeah, like, sales used to be more icky. Now we have social media, we have blogging, we have books, we have all sorts of different ways to connect with people.
Wait. Are you suggesting that they didn't have books in the 60s? Sales used to be really icky. And she's also basically saying that, like, the party model, so, like, going and throwing parties at people's houses, that's icky. That's not the icky part of MLMs. Because, like, if you were a small business and you weren't looking to recruit somebody, but you were still throwing parties like that, I mean, it's kind of like going to set up a pop-up booth, you know, at a craft fair or something like that with your own small business. I don't think any of us think that that's icky. It's icky when you start throwing those parties in order to recruit people. In order to be like, look at me, look at what I do. Don't you want to do this too? Which, you know, that's a pretty big part of those MLM parties. Yeah. But, you know, we have books now, so it's not as icky. No, I would definitely argue that the manipulation, the outward appearance of someone in an MLM versus what's actually going on behind the scenes, now knowing all the things that we know, I would say that that's a lot ickier because we have social media now. We can see the way you fakely said a word, present yourself and how things really are on the inside now. You want to talk about what's icky? Read a book!
And educate people and help people. And you don't have to like, I will never tell anybody on my team to cold message anybody. You don't have, like, my team is literally called the Classy Boss Tribe for a reason. Like, I started the Classy Boss Tribe because I wanted to teach people a classy way to do this business. If you ask anybody that's not MLM at all.
Okay, listen, there's no way to be classy in an MLM. I'll just put that out there.
Let's say they own a blog. Like, let's say you want to just become a blogger, okay? And you want to just, like, write articles online. People who write blogs for over a year, 2 years, 3 years before they make any money. That's true sometimes and usually always with MLM as well. Actually, I don't know, probably faster than a blog, honestly. Like, it's just whether a person's willing to stick with it, put themselves out there. Like, here's the thing with MLM. So people, like, if there's a 90% failure rate with small businesses in the United States.
There's not.
I am not surprised at all that it's 70 to 99 in MLM because...
And obviously, we've already proven that this statistic is just false. She's completely wrong about this. She thinks it's true. So I guess in her mind, it's like, well, you got a better chance of winning with an MLM because it could be 75% versus 90% with a real small business. It's like, but that's not the statistic. The statistic is 1/3, which would be 66%. And at a low end in MLMs, you're losing money or not making any money in the bottom 73%. So it's like, yeah. And again, don't forget that small business, 66%, is after 10 fucking years. Now, I don't know exactly when Younique started. It probably hasn't even been around for 10 years. 2012, so it'll be 10 years this year. I would be really, really curious to know how many people in the past 10 years have left Younique. I don't know if that statistic exists or if Younique would ever drop it. I mean, they won't even drop an income disclosure statement, so they're not going to do that shit. But anyway, they'll be hitting their 10-year anniversary this year. So there isn't even a statistic yet to say who has joined and then quit in the past 10 years because they haven't existed for 10 years. Oh my God. There are new MLMs popping up like all the time, dude. Fuck. Wild, man. That's crazy.
Anybody, like I said, anybody can join an MLM. There's very little investment. Like, it's kind of like anybody can sign up. And so, like, if there's nothing you're putting into it, it's so easy for people to give up and then throw in that when you join these companies, like, you're facing fears. You have to face fears of not only being judged because of icky anti-MLers like this that are like literally putting people that are joining legit businesses down.
This isn't a legit business. It's not.
Super sad to me. Zero support from people's families. Zero, like, I get that people are think they're protecting people, but you're not. You're not protecting people.
Yeah, that's kind of the point, actually. And if you get it, then why are you arguing? I get why people think that they're protecting people. It's like, okay, so you get it, then what's the argument here?
You're putting people down. When instead, you could teach people how to do things correctly, which is what I tried to do with the Classy Boss Tribe thing. So you're not protecting people. So people feel like already ashamed when they join a business like this because of the stigma that's attached to it so often. I feel like it is starting to lift a little bit with the whole influencer movement.
No, it's only gonna get worse with time, dude. Because the whole influencer movement is like everyone thinks they're an influencer. You have influence over nobody, dude. As an MLMer, if you're in an MLM, you do not immediately have influence over people. You're not an influencer. And that word, it's like, when do you stop being a micro influencer and turn into an actual influencer? I don't know. The line is pretty blurred there. But one thing I know for sure is that joining an MLM does not make you an influencer.
Because there's so many influencers, there's so many like there's a lot of affiliate programs that are being called tiered affiliate programs that are basically MLMs too.
If you are part of a tiered affiliate program, that's not an affiliate program. That's an MLM. Like, yeah, if you're recruiting people, you can call it an affiliate program all you want. I know there are some MLMs that say that their distributors are affiliates. They also have some, I think pharmacy calls them influencers. Doesn't matter what you call it, but it is no longer an affiliate program if you are recruiting people. Then it's an MLM.
I did Closet Candy for a while. Awesome company, beautiful clothes, like, love the company. But there were people trying to say that it wasn't an MLM company, that it was a tiered affiliate program because it was affiliate and it had only 3 tiers.
That doesn't matter. Again, it's like, yeah, it sounds like they were just trying to call it that because there's a stigma behind MLM. It's like, yep, it's still an MLM. If it looks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, you can call it a cow, but it's still a duck.
But I'm like, no, it's still... MLM just stands for multi-level marketing. That's all it means. If you have a downline of any kind, you're in an MLM. If you sign people up and they sell with you at all, like affiliates at all, you're in an MLM. It's just like a type of business model.
This is like the first thing she said that I actually agree with.
That's it. Okay? It is not the only way you can make money. In fact, you can make money lots of ways. You can even write a book and sell your book and be totally independent from that. You are an independent contractor. I do not work for Younique, okay? I independently am a marketer and an influencer, and I signed a contract with Younique to follow their rules. Yeah? Read your contracts because you signed one. Did you read your contract?
Yeah, it's 58 pages long. Let's hope y'all read it.
More reasons to not be upset. Maybe at yourself for not reading the contract and how it works. So
that's victim blaming there. See, the thing is that with MLMs, a lot of people, they buy into the idea of, like, financial freedom or whatever, based on the way it's presented to them, based on, whoever recruits them, whatever tactics they may have had in whatever conversation they had, be your own boss, have financial freedom, stay home with your kids, whatever it is, it's sold to them in a certain way. And while, yeah, you should be reading your contracts, you can't then go, like, blame the victim for it not turning out the way that it was pitched to them as. You know what I'm saying? That's not their fault. They were manipulated by whoever recruited them. Maybe they should have done their due diligence and done some research before, but the thing is that FOMO is really big in MLMs. The fear of missing out. That's what FOMO is. So what they want to do when they're trying to recruit you, they want to create a fear of missing out. They want to get you to sign that contract and sign up for their team with very limited time to think about things. Sign up now, we have have a $35 sign up for a limited time or whatever the hell, you know? Those things are literally to get people to feel like if they don't sign up now, then they're gonna miss out on something. That's what FOMO is. That's huge in MLMs.
Substantial whatsoever. It's just a product that you sell. I'm trying to find our comments. I'm on the computer here in order to be able to, I know. I can go to my hearted section. I know I screenshotted it in my phone, but let's see. Okay. Let's see. Once again, I said I'm sharing facts which you've yet to bring to the table. So I guess she needs to see my obvious.
Yeah, I guess she needs to see your sources because from what I can tell here, your sources are bullshit and they're wrong.
Obviously, MLMs aren't illegal, and that's because they take advantage of legal loopholes.
Yes.
It's show me a business that doesn't. Show me a business that doesn't.
You're not wrong there, too. There are plenty of businesses that operate, you know, they got some sketch going on. The difference is that at least the very bottom line of those actual legitimate businesses that, you know, may or may not be practicing legal loopholes here and there, the bottom line is at least making minimum wage. You cannot say that for MLMs. For MLMs, for anyone to make a living wage in these companies, you gotta make it up to literally the top like 3%, maybe? Most of the time it's even less than that. But in a legitimate business, 100% of people are making at least minimum wage. I don't know how it really works for restaurants and stuff because their minimum wage is like different, but like they're making tips. So then like, I don't know. I guess there are some exceptions, whatever. But my point is, even then, I mean, waitresses and stuff generally make more than minimum wage, don't they? There are a lot of waiters and waitresses that make bank. Even then, even if they're only making $3 an hour, you're still making more than you would at the bottom line of an MLM, let alone like the midline of an MLM, you know? Show me a business that doesn't. At least the businesses that you're referring to are guaranteeing a wage. MLMs do not do that.
I never said they were illegal. However, if your company relies on recruitment to rank up, then it's most likely a pyramid scheme.
I have links in every video that I ever make, in all of my descriptions, about how the FTC defines pyramid schemes. Long story short, the FTC itself on their website says that if you make more money having recruited a team in an MLM than actual product sales, then it's a pyramid scheme. I know I have her face blurred, but like, just the smile on her face, she thinks she's doing something here, and it's really fucking annoying.
Okay, so a pyramid scheme. A pyramid scheme is something that happened, like, I don't even know what era it was. It was like the 70s or something.
Fucking what? Okay, like, here you go. She doesn't know what she's talking about. Herbalife in itself was 2014 when they got fined for being a pyramid scheme in 2014. And that's not the last time it's happened. It happens a lot. Advocare. Fuck, yeah, Advocare I think was 2018, 2019. Yeah, they had to change their entire business model because the FTC said, hey, you're operating a fucking pyramid scheme. Even though they had been around for like 20 or 30 years at that point, the FTC was like, yeah, this isn't right. You guys are a pyramid scheme and some shit needs to change. Here's a fine. You need to change your business model. Pyramid schemes only happened back in the 70s. Like, what the fuck? Somebody clearly needs to brush up on their history of pyramid schemes. Somebody needs to brush up on their definition of what a pyramid scheme is because this bitch don't know. She don't know. She's wrong. She's straight up just wrong. I need a drink. It's 4:43, but it's 5 o'clock somewhere. It's just a White Claw. What's up?
And people were signing people up, and it's true, like when you signed people up and there were no products. That was another piece of pyramid schemes. There were typically no products.
She says were like they don't exist. Oh my god. Okay, so everything she's about to say, like, I'm just gonna let her talk. I think we all know though, right? I think I've already kind of described why she's fucking wrong. So let's just listen to her ramble about shit that it's just not, none of this is based in fact at all.
It was some sort of financial pyramid where like the person at the top got a proportion of the money from the people that put money in to join this pyramid scheme, and then the money would trickle from the people down below to build up to the people at the top, because like the person at the top would keep getting a percentage of the money that people down below would enter, and that is a pyramid scheme.
So is that not what happens in MLMs when the bottom line is buying starter kits and more product? Where does that money go? The people at the bottom have money, they take it, they put it into the system, and it goes up the chain. Huh. Weird.
So MLMs are not pyramid schemes as much as a corporate business is not a pyramid scheme. Yes,
Not
it's
true.
all shaped in a triangle because, you know, like,
Guys, we know this by now, right? Pretty much everything is the shape of a pyramid. Pretty much everything is a triangle. It's not the shape that makes it a pyramid scheme. It's the way the money flows within the triangle. And in pyramid schemes, it starts at the bottom and goes up to the top.
CEO, managers, employees, it's all a pyramid.
You can tell that she got all this information from her upline, you know? This is how it's always described.
Like, that's called business.
Pippi's stepping on my keyboard. Oh my god. That's called business. No, that's called a pyramid scheme. It's really not that hard to understand unless you're fucking brainwashed. Unless you really think that this is just how it is. Everything is in a triangular shape, so everything's a pyramid. Yeah, no, it's not though. And see, that's where critical thinking skills come in, ma'am. That's where you need to learn how to think critically for yourself and not just take whatever your upline sent you and spout it out all over Instagram Live. That's not how this works. Not if you want to be factually correct.
Period. Like, if you didn't create the business, you're not at the top. Like, if you create a business, you get to be at the top. Like,
What about the people who enter into an MLM first and then they end up at the top because that's just how it works? You get in first and then more people get in underneath you and you just find your way up to the top, right?
let's see, there's more. Hold on. Per studies by the FTC and AARP. I like how she writes that like 14 times.
Because it's a source. Clearly this woman doesn't know how to source things. Nicole does know how to source things and she's correct. And to mock her like that, she's spouting facts. Look at her citing her sources. You're a child. Like, you're a fucking child. I love how she keeps writing that. Yeah, because you're not getting it through your thick skull. You're not understanding what it means to cite a source.
Not all MLMs reps or something like that. It doesn't work. It shows a systematic issues with the FTC doesn't say, but not all MLM reps or something like that. It doesn't work that way. That doesn't even make sense. The systematic issue is because all the comp plans rely on recruitment of new distributors in order to recruit reps to rank up. Well, I mean, I guess, but isn't that the whole point of the leadership roles, is that you're helping other people make money? And
No, because you did not get hired to be a leader. You joined a multi-level marketing company and recruited more people underneath you, and then suddenly you just are a leader. You were not hired because you have shown leadership skills. You just made your way up to where you are because you just convinced more people to sign up underneath you. That doesn't make you a leader. I know your company wants you to believe that that's what makes you a leader. Even fucking going on Zoom and doing Zoom calls and Zoom trainings and stuff doesn't make you a leader. That's not leadership. They have a really twisted idea of what all this means.
therefore you get a bonus to do that. Like, that's the whole point. Like, yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yes,
like,
there is.
Because everybody makes 25% on their sales, in my company at least. It's different for different companies. Some make more, some make less, depending. And then, like, if I have a team that makes $10,000 altogether or something, or we sell $10,000, then, and plus I've hit my sale minimums to show that I am also a working salesperson, I'll get like 2%, like a bonus of 2%. It's a bonus. It's not extra commission. It doesn't come out of anybody's paycheck. It's a bonus from the company.
The amount of money that gets deposited into your bank account is based on the number of doll hairs that your downline either spent or, you know, maybe they made in sales, but probably most likely what they're spending personally. I don't know how many times I have to throw my cat off of
Stop stepping on my stuff.
See, that's what I'm saying. Are you guys understanding now why I was like, no, I will not debate with you? Because it would be like talking to a brick wall. She's just wrong. She is misinformed. And you can't have a debate with someone who is just straight up misinformed, because then it's not a debate. It's talking to a potato. Tell me honestly, tell me quite honestly in the comments, leave me a comment right now. Do you think that if I were to have a live debate with this person, if either of us would have gotten anywhere? Don't think so. So therefore, would it have even been worth my time? I don't even have time to spend doing shit like this most of the time, but is this worth my time? I'm gonna tell you right now, no, it's not worth my time at all. What's worth my time is to make progress. I would not make progress with this person. And I think you guys are all understanding why I'm saying that now, right? I'm sure.
Directly. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's actually totally normal. And no, she says that people have to lose money at the bottom in order for current reps to maintain their rank and income. Nobody below me ever loses money, okay?
Yeah, I would like to see every single person in your downline make an Excel sheet of their losses and how much of their profits and how much they have spent, and you try to tell me whether or not they've lost money. Because I'm going to guarantee that a majority of them are going to be finding themselves in the red based on how much they've spent on products. Guarantee it. But not enough people do that. I think if anyone did do that and find themselves in the red, then that's when they're going to start thinking and probably just get out. No one really makes a chart like that and sees that number and goes, I'm gonna keep going with this. This argument has no legs to stand on, because I definitely know that if those statistics were out there and available, it would show exactly what the movement, the anti-MLM movement, is saying, but they just don't exist. So no one ever loses money. I would guarantee that most people are in the red beneath you, chick. I guarantee it, but we'll never know.
Like, they are doing their sales. If they buy into their own stuff again, that's on them. That's on an individual that has a shopping issue.
That has a shopping issue? I'm sorry, I'm really bad at pausing at the wrong time, but oh my god. Talk about victim blaming. Holy shit. She has a shopping issue? How dare you? How fucking dare you, dude? And you know what I'm just thinking of now too? Is that if you haven't read the whole, like, there's a blogger who started the whole hashtag Younique. Her name is Elbeau, Ellebeau. She has like a whole, I'll see if I can find it. I'll link it down below. But it's worth a read. It's a pretty long read, but it just goes through all of her experience in Younique. And it's a very popular blog. So it's like, at this point, pretty much everyone in our movement has read it. And we know how it works in Younique specifically. There's a highly publicized whole blog thing about it, you know, the Younique story. And it's just odd to me that, like, you have this lady sitting here trying to tell us how it is and tried to literally gaslight us into being like, maybe I just don't understand. And it's like, no, we do. There are people who have gotten out, like Elbeau, who can literally speak on this and have literally spoken on this, and plenty of others, you know? It's just an odd choice. I mean, I doubt she's read it. She probably should.
Not my fault, okay? Like,
it is your fault. I mean, if you're their leader and listen, how about taking responsibility? If you are a leader, if you are in a leadership role, then you are responsible for what your sales team is doing. And if your sales team is contributing to their PV themselves, they're the reason that they are able to maintain their rank or make that 125 PV or whatever it is. If you are just such a good leader, if you're a leader, then you need to step in and do something. It's not your fault. Bitch, it is your fault if you're a leader. But I don't think these people are leaders. When it comes down to it, I always say I think the company is at fault, because the company, the multi-level marketing business structure, creates an environment for this kind of behavior to thrive, for this kind of behavior to make people profits, not the people who are actually the ones losing, but the ones at the top. It literally cultivates this shit. So it's the company's fault. I mean, that's what I say. But I'm sitting here saying that, like, normally if you are a leader and someone on your team is not performing, then it's on you.
Not telling anybody ever to buy anything. In fact, it's against the rules in most MLMs. If you read your contract, it's actually against the rules to buy your rank.
But what's stopping them though? And even then, yeah, they put that in there, but buying your rank is still happens in a more roundabout way. Like, what's stopping somebody from making a second account under their sister's name or their mom's name or whatever and shipping stuff to their house but having paid for it themselves? What's stopping them from doing that? Literally nothing. Even even if it says that this is against the rules, it's like, if it means you keeping your rank, you're gonna break those rules, honey. And does Younique care? Find me one example of Younique terminating someone for buying their rank. I'll wait. I'll fucking wait. Doesn't exist, does it? Because Younique doesn't care. They just care that they're getting their money.
Period. Like, you will get banned from the company, and I have seen women get booted from the company at high ranks that are making the company lots of money for doing that.
I'd love to see it.
That is not okay, and that is an individual, independent person that is connected with the company through a contract, not an employee, that does that.
Okay, yeah, so maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just like, it doesn't exist, you know? Maybe it does exist, and I would love to see that story, because that is some good content. If there are receipts of people buying their ranks, I mean, I've made videos about it before. Mon8 got caught doing it in one of the highest teams, dude. It was a great video, if I do say so myself. Honestly, one of my favorite videos I've ever made. So, I mean, if there's receipts of this happening, I would love to see it. Yeah. Send it my way, please.
And then it says, let's see, that's not the case with other businesses. My boss doesn't risk losing his income or position if I leave my job for another job. Well, they're bonuses. It's not my income.
Just because they call it a bonus, and yeah, it is your income. Oh my god. I'd hate to see what this woman's tax returns look like. But not returns, I guess just taxes. Because I hate IRS. Maybe look into this one here, because I don't know if she's doing shit right if she doesn't think that the bonuses are her income. And seriously, again, I would like to see her produce an itemized list of what contributes most to her income. Guarantee it's the bonuses, honey. I don't think this girl has like a firm understanding of the English language, because she's getting a lot of stuff wrong here, especially saying that her bonuses aren't income. No, they're your income. It's still income. Speaking from experience, my main source of my income comes from AdSense on YouTube, but I also have sponsorships. I have Patreon, and they're obviously smaller amounts. I cannot sit here and say that's not my income. No, that's still my income, and I still have to pay taxes on it. Like, still income, dude.
It's not like they're bonuses for helping people on your team.
They're bonuses based on your team's sales and what they're buying. You literally don't have to, you would still be making those bonuses if you never talk to your team at all. I mean, and you can argue and be like, well, my leadership is what makes them perform like that, and I call bullshit on any MLMer who says that, but regardless, it's like she wants to take responsibility for the good stuff, but then doesn't want to take responsibility for the bad stuff. Okay, which is it? You want to take responsibility for helping your team make sales, but you don't want to take responsibility for when that same exact team is making their personal volume by contributing money themselves. You can't have it both ways. If you're going to be a leader, you got to have both. But she doesn't want to take responsibility for anything bad, like a fucking toddler, like a child, like an absolute little crying baby. It wasn't me, it was him, it was the victim. Oh my god, shut up. They just don't hear themselves. She sounds like a little baby who doesn't want to own up to the shit she's done. That's precisely what it is.
Like, that's the point. Like, it's not I'm not losing income if somebody below me leaves. Like,
yeah, you are, unless that person wasn't doing anything. If that person was not making orders themselves or selling anything, then yeah, it doesn't matter if they leave. But if they were buying $200 worth of product a month, say for example, if they were, that contributes to your group volume, and you get a bonus, literally a percentage. Oh my god, what is it? So it goes by rank here, and you can see for yourself. I have it on the screen here. Retail royalties, yeah, they're a higher percentage. Circle royalties, I looked this up. What is it? Oh my god, what is your circle? Anyway, you make 3% off of whoever is included in your circle. Royalties is what they're calling it. Bonus, whatever you want to call it. It's a percentage of the volume that is in whatever your circle is. And then they have your first generation royalties, so you don't get those until you're green. Now 3% doesn't sound like a lot, but that shit adds up. And if you have a big team beneath you, it adds up really fast. And check it out, you got the second generation and third generation where you make even more of a percentage. Like, look, so when you're a black presenter, your third generation, you make 5% off of them. So the people that you recruited yourself, you make 3%. And then the people they recruited, you make 4%, and then the people they recruited, you make 5%. That is a huge pyramid beneath you and huge income potential. Holy shit. And what's really weird to me too is that it's usually the other way around. You usually make more off the people that you specifically recruit, and then it gets lower as you go down, but not with Younique. Okay, circle. A presenter and her downline, excluding any green status or higher. So people in your circle are not this green, orange, purple, or black, meaning basically most of your downline, because most people are not going to make it past this blue. So your circle is going to be anyone, you and your downline, who is underneath this green. So blue, pink, yellow, and white. So if you're a pink distributor and you have a team full of yellows and whites, you're going to make 3% of their volume. That's frustrating. Like it hurts my brain because it is so upsetting at how very clearly this is so manipulative of the people beneath you. And she's just like, oh no, it's just based off of sales. I only make 3%. I make 25% of my own personal sales, but I only make 3% of the people beneath me. Okay, if you have people beneath you, if you have a lot of people beneath you, then that 3% adds up really fast to surpass whatever you're making in your 25% of your, like, so yeah, 25% is bigger than 3, but like the number of the two, that 3% can add up to more money numerically than that 25% of the commissions you're making. Like, duh, fucking duh. But she thinks we're too stupid to understand that. She's like, 25 is bigger than 3. Meh. It's like, dude, nope, that's not how it works.
It's my job as a leader to try to help them be happy and help them make money.
No, not here, honey boo boo.
And if I can't help them make money, then I don't make money either, which
No, doesn't work like that, honey boo boo.
kind of makes it actually work, because it means that I'm actually gonna help somebody, because if I don't help somebody, nobody makes money, right?
No. No.
It's the sales world. Like, that's been the sales world forever.
No, that's the MLM
it's like
world.
A real legit thing. Okay, let's see. Did you even read the caption? I'm sure. Like, I didn't read the caption. I just, like, know that that's the failure rate for all small businesses. Like,
ma'am, you're wrong. That's not a real statistic. I just know this false reality is literally what she's saying. Okay, you live in the Twilight Zone then. Is that what you're admitting? Like, God.
like, why? Like, and obviously MLM's probably going to be a little bit even higher, because anybody can join and nobody has any skin in the game. You, like, are out your lunch money. Like, why would you face all your fears and go out and put yourself out to the world and, like, over lunch money? Like,
because you are promised that lunch money, Miss 12-foot tall woman, you're promised that lunch money is going to pay for itself and then some. It's going to give you financial freedom. It's going to let you stay home with your kids. That's why. Why would you put yourself out there? Why would you face your fears? Because you're promised insane returns if you do. Money talks for a lot of people.
it's a scary thing for most people to even get on camera. Let's see.
True.
Also, yes, they do. That's why you recruit in an MLM, because you make money off the personal purchases and sales of your downline. If you weren't paid to recruit,
She just skipped right over that. It's like, yep, you sure do.
you wouldn't do it. End of story. I am paid to help people, but it's not like I'm victimizing people. They're making it sound like there's, like, some sort of victimization there.
No. I think what's happening here is that she's victim blaming. The victims themselves come from the MLM. They come from the business structure, the atmosphere that the MLM creates in which this kind of stuff goes on. That's where the victims come from. She just blames the victims for them not succeeding. You're contributing to them becoming victims, I guess, by recruiting them. But, like, you're a victim yourself. So, like, you've just been made to believe that that's what you're supposed to do. But at the very top of it all is Younique, is an MLM. They are the ones who are making the victims. You are not single-handedly making the victim, ma'am. But what you are doing is that you're blaming the victim. Not much better, really.
I don't reach out and force anybody to sign up, okay? Like, every single person that signs up with me comes to me. And I teach my team how to use attraction marketing to help people want to change their lives if they are interested in this. Nobody's following my page if they're not into makeup. I share makeup post after makeup post after makeup post after makeup post. And they're either learning about makeup, they want to do makeup, They want to share makeup. They like makeup. Like, if they join my team, they want to share makeup.
See, this makes me want to go look at her profile and be like, what are you posting? What is this attraction marketing? Because it sounds like you're sugarcoating a lot of things. Because if people are coming to you, you must be posting a lot of things that really make this sound like it's worthwhile, right? Lying by omission, obviously, is something that you're very good at. Putting words in people's mouth is also something that you're very good at. So I wouldn't be surprised if you're very good at manipulating what this really is so that naive people see it and they go, I want to do that. She's so pretty. She can do her makeup. I want to do that, and she's making money doing that. Wow, I want to do that. Call that helping people. Sure.
Okay. And it's an opportunity to make money. I don't ever recommend anybody quit their job to do this. Like, they should do it on the side, and as it grows, because if you work this, it will grow. It will grow. As it grows, I'm like losing train of thought even. Like, as it grows, you will grow.
No, not always. There are people who dedicate so much time and energy to their MLM and they never go anywhere with it. Listen, chick, you've just been in like an echo chamber, but I've been doing this for 3 to 4 years now, and I've heard a lot of stories, talked to a lot of people who are in MLMs, people who have left MLMs, people who have never been in MLMs, and I can tell you, you have a skewed view of reality, ma'am. The way she thinks things are is just not correct. Oh, that is not correct.
I don't even know. Oh my God. If you weren't paid to recruit, you wouldn't do it. Like, I'm not paid to recruit. I actually don't get paid to recruit. But when somebody signs up, if I help them make money themselves, then yes, I get a bonus from the company and not from the person below me.
Oh my God. The company gives you a bonus based on what the person below you has done. You want to talk about what loopholes are? She's pretty good at using loopholes. She's using loophole language here to kind of skirt around the shitty behavior that she's partaking in.
Okay. Your downline keeps having to spend money to stay active in the company. They don't have to spend money to stay active in the company. They have to work to get sales.
And if they don't get those sales, then they have to spend the money to remain active. Seriously, she just doesn't give us enough credit. I'm kind of close to you, huh? She thinks that we think that like they're being forced to pay in every month. And we know that's not it. But what it is that you are not likely to continuously, month after month after month, make the sales required for you to keep your rank. But you can keep that rank or your active status by contributing money yourself by buying products. We know this, ma'am. You're just literally trying to make us sound like we don't know what we're talking about. But it's like, I think you're the one who doesn't know what you're talking about. And it's really hard to have these conversations over Instagram or text in general, but like Instagram, because they have like comment character limits and stuff, you know, it's kind of hard to fit everything in. Obviously, she's kind of abridging herself because that's just necessary when you're using Instagram. If that's really what you think, ma'am, then I think you need to actually listen and comprehend the words that we're saying.
To stay active in the company. Why would the company allow people to sign up and keep getting discounts if they're not selling? Right?
Because they could be still making money by making the purchases themselves. Younique still makes money off of that. They don't care how they get their money as long as they get it.
So like if you're not selling, they don't want to just give you discounts or they're not making money. They are a business too, and that's okay. They're a business and we recognize that, okay? So yeah, okay, your downline keeps having to spend money to stay active. That's not true. Nobody should ever spend money to stay active.
Whatever your company's minimum is probably about what you should be getting for yourself. That's just going to keep you active as a salesperson.
You should work your business and get sales. Like, people buy makeup. If you think people don't buy makeup, you're crazy. Like, people spend crazy amounts of money at Ulta, Sephora. Like, they spend like stupid.
We know that. Okay, sorry to cut her off. This was just a really stupid point. Younique makeup is not that great. I've tried it. I have, I think, 2 videos trying different Younique products. Some of it's all right, but like for the most part, it's just kind of like meh. So like to think that you're anything special, like yeah, your MLM is not special. To think that you are special, that your Younique makeup is just so unique, it's just not. Your money is spent better at a big box store like that. Value-wise, yeah, it's not smart to buy Younique because there's nothing special about it. As a matter of fact, some of it is worse than the shit you'll buy at Sephora.
Amounts of money on all sorts of like expensive palettes and no. or Jeffree Star would not be in business himself, okay?
I mean, Jeffree Star shouldn't be in business anyway. I need to look and see how much a palette is from Younique, because I'm pretty sure they're really expensive, like $40 each or some shit like that. Oh, fuck, I was way off. It's fucking, look at this, $53 for 4 shades. Are you kidding me? ColourPop, for example. I'm just choosing ColourPop because I know it's like a cheaper brand, but they have really great stuff. That, or like Juvia's Place. Look at this. 12 shades for $20. Meanwhile, you're spending $50 for 4 shades from Younique. Look at this. $34 and you get, how many shades even is that? 6 times 5, 30 shades. 30 shades for $34. That's a little more than $1 a shade. Meanwhile, at Younique, 53 divided by 4. $13 a shade. Shut the fuck up. That's so stupid. I mean, that's just worse than I expected, dude. And I've used Younique eyeshadow before, and it's not great. You can go watch my videos. I was very upfront and honest about the things that I tried, and it's not great. Definitely not worth the price tag.
Okay, let's see. What else? I'm like reading this over and over. I'm keep trying to find myself. You're making money from their purchase because they're technically meeting their... This is all interpretation. Yes, this has probably happened from individuals being fearful and buying into it.
Victim blaming, fear of missing out. The whole fear thing in general is just literally a way to take the negative focus off of yourself and blame other people. And it's not a cute look to be doing this.
You can't blame somebody's fear. It's not my fault if somebody's afraid of something. Like if somebody's like decides to buy
True.
some makeup to stay active and I don't know that as a leader, like how, like I'm not out telling people to buy anything. If they buy something, that's their choice, okay? They should be selling, like, period.
Should be, but do you really care? Literally, tell me, do you care how they get that PV? Whatever the fuck they call it in Younique? Do you care? I don't think you do. I think you care as long as you get your paycheck. That's all you care about. Everything else beyond that, it's like, you don't want to take responsibility for it.
Even though they're not making a profit. Recruiting is the only way you can make substantial money in an MLM.
True.
Not true.
Yes, we've seen the compensation plan here. Look. To get to the pink, you have to have at least one person beneath you, and they have to be qualified, whatever that means. Black, you have to have 4 personally sponsored elites. The lowest elite is green, which you have to have 3. So at least 7 people. At least 7 people. If Younique had an income disclosure statement, I'd be able to show you that probably people who are pink are probably making substantially less than someone who is an elite presenter. But I don't have that information because Younique won't release it. Hey Younique, if you're watching this, how about you release an income disclosure statement? Be transparent, you know? Let's see those numbers, baby. They won't do that. They're too ashamed to do that.
You can be an influencer and make a substantial money. Do you have to work that as well? Just like I was saying how it takes a year or 2 to maybe build a blog, right? Before they start making money. As an influencer, you can't just like show up one day and expect to make as much money as some influencer with 1 million followers.
But like blogs have a very low overhead cost. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't have to buy all these products in order to remain active on your blog.
But you could become an influencer and work your way to 1 million followers and then start selling a product.
She makes it sound like it's so easy. Bitch, do you have 1 million followers? I think not.
And make money off of that. Sorry. My throat's getting dry from all this like amped upness. There are people in this company that are influencers that do not have teams, that don't want teams, that don't want to be leaders, that do it from sales alone. Is that the most common? No. Because as an average Joe like myself, I, of course, do better building teams. But does that mean I couldn't focus on becoming an influencer and doing all that? No, I could totally focus on that. But that's not what I focus on because I actually love helping other people push past those fears. Actually, helping people push past those fears of doing things right is actually my favorite piece of this company. It grows people internally so like much to take full ownership over their own actions and their own lives. It like makes me feel amazing because if any human gets to that, whether they stay with this company or leave and go do something else, That is an important life skill that everybody needs. I honestly think that is the number one most important life skill on the planet, is to take full ownership for yourself, your actions, what went wrong, what you know, what you can do, what you can't do, what you haven't been doing.
She's saying this,
But she's a victim blamer.
she won't take responsibility for anyone on her team failing, even though she's the leader. She won't take responsibility for a minimum of 75% of people who join her downline failing. She won't take responsibility for that. Nope. But now she's sitting here preaching like, I teach people to take responsibility for their actions. It's like, maybe teach yourself first, then practice what you preach. I don't fucking know. This is so wrong on so many levels. She is so wrong on so many levels. Oh my God.
There's always something different. If things aren't working, you need to adjust, period. Like, that's life. I don't know what else to say. If life isn't working, you are not a victim, and you do not have to wait for somebody to save you. You don't have to go like jump through loops for anybody. You don't have to go like push papers if you don't want. You can do whatever you want. This is a free country. If you want to get on the internet and sell makeup, you can. So I don't know what else to say. Like, but if it's not working for you, you do need to adjust. Like, that doesn't mean go buy into your company. It means you need to adjust your marketing skills.
It means you need to go recruit more people so that you yourself will be more successful, I guess. It means that you need to stop giving a shit about the well-being of other people. That's it. You need to put yourself before other people. That's pretty much what it means.
Recruiting is the only way you can make money. Okay, so no, that's not true. You cannot make a profit from just selling the products in an MLM because you have so many other expenses to account for it. That is not true.
Okay, I'll give her this. In a company like Younique, yeah, I guess that kind of isn't true. If you were just on your own, not buying all the makeup and replacing all of your shit with Younique shit, if you weren't doing that, then yeah, I mean, you're making a 25% profit on every sale you make. The problem is this possible? Yes. Is this probable? No. No. You're not going to find very many people who are doing this. Yeah, because how can you sell makeup without ever using it? I mean, it's possible. Again, it's possible. Is it probable? No. If you cannot see the results for yourself, why would you buy a product from someone who has never used it themselves? You know, it's so stupid. It's such a dumb argument. It's just all around just wrong.
Last I checked, the company that I'm at least, I'm not speaking for every company, but I have been with quite a few companies and I have researched quite a few companies.
Sure you have.
Especially having taken that year off to review companies. So there is no expenses. I literally have zero expenses. My internet, I'm going to pay for that regardless. My cell phone, I'm going to pay for that regardless. That's it. No purchase requirements at all. Period. There are zero purchase requirements.
Let's go back and look at that little chart. To avoid being inactivated, each presenter must sell at least 125 in PRS during the previous 3 months. That sounds like a minimum to me. Must sell at least. Okay, 125 PRS. What happens if you don't meet that 125 in 3 months? You don't want to go inactive? Maybe you could buy it for yourself. What a concept. Shocking. Yeah, that sounds like a minimum to me. There are no minimums, bitch. Yes, there are. It's right. It's literally in very small font on your website. It's right there. It's fucking right there. True that if you make that minimum amount to stay active, then you don't have to. But if you don't make that 125 and you don't want to go inactive and you don't want to lose your own small business, it's so fucking obvious. Like, again, we go back into, is it possible? Yeah. Is it probable? No. It's just not. Because I don't know very many people who would spend $53 on 4 shades of eyeshadow. If y'all do, point them to me because that's a lot of money to be spending on eyeshadow. 4 shades of eyeshadow. $13 for 1 shade of eyeshadow? It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. So yeah, there it is. Wow. So magical. What a concept. Incredible.
None. Like, there are no fees.
You're lying.
Once you join and get your kit, which I think is totally reasonable to pay $35 and like get a free web page made for you that's never has any fees ever again, no monthly fees, nothing. You get a mascara. I think it's totally reasonable that a company requires that you have a product. Like literally they require you to buy a mascara and you get your website and sign a contract. That's it. And right now you can actually get $35 in Ycash as well. But, like...
Okay, so this is a sales pitch now. Cute. This is a and it's not even a sales pitch. It's a recruitment pitch. Real classy. Oh yeah, isn't her team called like Classy Boss Babes or some shit? I don't even know and I don't care.
I think it's totally reasonable. If I had a company and I made a product and I hired a salesperson and they had never used my product, I'd be like, how are you going to sell this product?
My camera literally stopped filming as slithering down to the floor. Ma'am, that's what we've been saying the whole time. So by her logic here, what she's saying here is basically going against everything she's been saying before. If you've never used my product, how do you expect to sell my product? Therefore, by that logic, a salesperson should be buying the product. And Younique has a lot of products. By this logic, she is literally proving our point. Even though she just spent the whole beginning of this, the whole first 28 minutes of this, which by the way, we still have 13 minutes left. Oh, this is gonna be the longest video I ever made. 28 minutes basically denying what she is just now turning around and saying. Make it make sense, because it makes no sense, because she's just a fucking hypocrite who doesn't know what she's talking about. See, like, now I'm turning around and being like, this person is so delusioned that it would be easy for me to run tracks around her on a debate and I would look great. I would look really good if I debated her. I think I have a lot more integrity than that, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Like, you've never used any product from our line. Like, I think it's totally reasonable that a company asks you to buy one mascara. That's it. That's it. That's all they require you to do.
Right, the company requires that because they know that the uplines will then talk them into buying more. If that is the bare minimum, that is the program, essentially, that is in place, it only makes sense to build up from there. That's the uplines work. That's the uplines job. That's what they get the bonuses for. Younique is like, hey, we'll give you bonuses if you get your downline to spend more money, because therefore we make more money, and then I guess you can have a cut of it. It's just so obvious, like logically, that's where it all comes together. It meets at the tippity top of the pyramid.
To join and do this with me. The mascara is the #1 selling product. People love it. Makes sense to me. Let's see. There are not so all these other expenses that you have to account for, they don't actually exist. Sorry.
They do exist for some people. I'll admit that they don't exist for everybody, like business cards and whatever the fuck. Like, even if you want to include buying your active status or your rank, you can say it doesn't exist. It does exist for some people. And I admit, it doesn't exist for everybody. But like, I'm sure a lot of the expenses, whatever it was that Nicole listed in this comment, probably do exist for a good amount of people.
I've never paid for anything else. Period. Like, there's no expenses.
I doubt that.
The internet's free, blogging's free. Like, you might pay for...
Internet is free? Bitch, where do you live where internet's free? Because sign me up.
For a website. I pay $30 a month for a website. That's probably the only thing I pay for.
She did say in the comments here that what she just said, the $30 for a website, she like is hosting her own website, so that I would assume if you type in hername.com or whatever her website is, then it will redirect to her replicated website. I don't know what it is, I don't care. But she's paying for it herself, because when you have a Younique replicated website, it would go to like youniqueproducts.com, whatever it is, / and then, you know, this way she has a more professional looking website that then like you can type it in and then it just like redirects to youniqueproducts.com or whatever the fuck. I don't know. But she's not talking about like the Younique replicated website, because you don't have to pay monthly for that.
That I wouldn't be paying for anyways already. So $30 a month is what I pay for my website. And I make $30 a month, okay? So
congratulations.
I'm not in the negative. Also, per the FTC, she always has to say, per the FTC. It sounds very professional this way.
I mean, she's literally just citing a source, but okay.
You may think your hard work and effort will help you make money, profit in an MLM, but that's not the case. Many people try as hard as they can and in fact fail. That's fact. That's true. Absolutely. Many people also try immensely, like way harder than you would an MLM in the small business world and fail. Like, people in the small business world that open businesses and fail work way harder than we do in MLM. Okay?
I'm sorry. I thought the way to be successful in an MLM, per you guys, you don't like it when we use the word per because it sounds too professional. Per you guys, the only way to be successful in an MLM is to work your butt off, to work very, very hard and get those sales. And now you're saying that a small business owner works even harder than that? I thought you guys were small business owners. Make it make sense. It doesn't make sense.
Like, back to the, like, you're not out anything. You're not out anything because you didn't put anything into this business. Like, you have to want this. Like, you have to want it. And if you don't want it, you're just another person that bought a mascara. That's true. But you need to know, buying that mascara, that you're either going to work...
Sorry, I'm like... This is what happens. One White Claw, I'm like in outer space. She was saying you have to want it. I kept trying to drop it, but my little face kept smiling because I'm like, what's a wanted? Juan? Hey Juan, put away your tit. Wanted.
Your business, or you're going to get a mascara on a discount for a little while until you're just getting discounts, and then a company says, hey, you're not selling, so you're not active. Doesn't that make sense? Like, why would that not make sense? Do people just think that the company itself aren't people?
No, actually, illegally, the company is the company, and it is separate from the people who founded and run the company. Like, legally. Yeah, we think that because that's literally what it is. Do people think the company is, like, not actually people? Well, yeah, because legally they're not. They're their own entity. Ma'am? Hey, ma'am? Holy shit.
They built that business, and they should make profit off of this, and we are their marketing people, and we are independent from them, and we get the freedom of kind of marketing how we want is the perk there.
You can't market how you want. You still have to answer to the FTC, and you still have to answer to Younique. Like, Younique is going to set some rules about how you can and can't market their product per the FTC. I'm sure Younique would be totally fine with you marketing, saying that their mascara can, I don't know, give you superpowers or some shit. Like, I'm sure they would love to be able to say that you can market it however you want, but you can't. Because then that's when the FTC steps in and they're like, you can't say that because it's not scientifically proven. Yeah, no, you can't say that you have freedom over that shit.
They get the perk of not paying employment taxes, but we also get the perk of doing things how we want to do them within the contract, you know? And the contract is not that crazy.
They also get the perk of not having to pay you for advertising, or not having to pay you at all, or, you know, having to pay you 25% of that mascara you just sold, when meanwhile you're breaking your back trying to make this business work, and it's just not gonna work for you. You can't pay your bills off of selling a mascara every day. You just can't do it.
Like, it's super reasonable when you learn the whys of why each piece is in place. Let's see.
I don't
no
think she
judgment
knows.
or negative energy here, ma'am. I just have an entire Instagram page on hating on the type of business you do, even though it's totally legit, just because there's some bad eggs out there.
I feel like every MLM distributor who defends MLM, which, by the way, people who work for a regular business don't have to defend their business this way, it's not because there's no haters there, it's because there's no reason for haters to be there. There's reason for us haters to exist. She called us haters, I'll call us haters, whatever. For the sake of the argument, I guess we're fucking haters. Ma'am, she just went off being like, you just have one Instagram story. It's like, there's a reason why. But she's never actually listened to those reasons. Like, it's very clear to me. She'll sit here and be like, no, I know your reasons. I just think you're wrong. It's like, okay, well, then you're not, like, you don't have critical thinking skills. You are not comprehending the words that are coming into your ear. You have selective hearing and selective understanding, I guess.
Let's see, but no hard feelings, okay?
See, that's the other thing too, is that the whole no hard feeling things, is because we don't want this to be a personal thing. And here's the other thing is that, and this person especially, when I was like, she tried to take everything personally. She's like, you're calling me names. I'm like, I was not fucking calling you names. Like, she wants to take everything so personally, and it's not fucking personal. No hard feelings, because we understand that you are a victim, ma'am. You are brainwashed. You do not understand that your way of thinking, your view, from the very beginning, she wants to educate us on her point of view. Your point of view comes from your upline, comes from your cult that you are in, your commercial cult. Sorry, Griffin's crying. She doesn't want to see that or admit that or anything because she's brainwashed. She can't understand that even this video that I'm making, girl, if it was personal, I'd have left your face in and put your Instagram handle so that people can go find you and make personal attacks against you. This isn't that. that. It's that your arguments are bullshit, they're wrong, and you're brainwashed. Yeah, I'm making an example out of you because that's one way that people can hear the truth. They can see what you're saying and then listen to my arguments, why the things you're saying are wrong, and make their own judgments that go, okay, I guess I relate to what Savannah is saying more because it makes more logical sense. There's more factual information behind what Savannah is saying. That's the point. It's not to be like, look at this dumb girl. It's not that at all. It's to be like, look at what this MLM distributor is saying here on a public platform. I'm sure you've heard this before on your Facebook. You know, other people have said these kind of things. Other people have defended these companies in the same exact way. Here's why it's wrong. It has nothing to do with you. The universe doesn't revolve around you. This is not about you. Your MLM is not about you. Nothing is about you. That whole anti-MLM movement is not about you. It's about the company, and we want the companies to go bye-bye, to go bye-bye, or at least really seriously overhaul the way that they are doing things, because right now, you're just being a little cog in the machine to keep them running. Inevitably, it'll collapse. It will.
Where are your studies and experts? I will wait. Well, apparently you can just go to the Small Business or Better Business Bureau themselves, and it will tell you right on there.
She said apparently, like she doesn't even know. I looked for it. I mean, y'all saw. I looked for it and I didn't see it. She says apparently like she doesn't know. That just tells me that someone sent her that, or she saw it somewhere, not specifically on the BBB. It's just not real. Like, the statistic is not real. Like, Nicole sat there and said, yeah, I'll wait for your sources, and she never provided them. She said the BBB, but that source doesn't exist. So where is it?
We are right on par with all other small businesses.
You're not. You're way worse.
Know that it is normal as a business owner to fail. Like, why are we not normalizing failure?
We're talking 66% over 10 years. That's almost, I mean, obviously it's more than 50-50, but I mean, it's really not that far off. I mean, it's getting up there, but like, it's definitely not what she quoted. And like, if you are still operating your small business 10 years later, you are obviously above average, but it's like not that much more really in the grand scheme of things after 10 years. But MLMs can't say the same thing. I would really like to see that statistic. It's probably in one of the studies. I just have to find it. I don't know.
Another question, why are we not normalizing failure? Failure is normal and okay. Failure is good. That is how successful people happen. Fall down 1 million times and stand up that million and first time, right? Like, isn't that the whole point? Like, that's why so many people aren't successful, because people aren't willing to fail. People don't accept failure as normal, and people aren't willing to grow and have like, just like no humility. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, no judgments. Stop judging people. Stop hating on people. Support people. If something's not working, instead, let's investigate it and figure out why it's not working. Let's try some different tactics. Like, I just don't understand. I'm just going to go to her page because there are other things that bugged me too. So,
she's mad.
I'm just getting this all out of my system.
Good.
And your company is not special. I would like you to tell me that my company is not special to my...
Hi, ma'am. I'll look you in the eye, too. Like, if we were debating, I would look you in the eye right now and say, yeah, your company's not special. You know, Younique and specific, like, they have the whole, like, domestic violence thing. Like, they have, like, a charity to go towards domestic violence, but, like, I think that's what it is anyway, but I don't know. Yeah, they do all this philanthropy, Pippi. Not again. To use domestic violence to sell makeup is really fucking shitty. It's really shitty. And you would go and say, like, oh, no, they donate money to domestic violence victims, but it's like, where do they get that money? They get it from selling makeup and like convincing people that they are influencers and business owners, and they're really fucking not. All of it is so the opposite of empowering women. She's looking at everything, and anyone, you know, who is in her same position, they look at the whole thing through rose-colored glasses. They're going, I'm working for a company who cares about domestic violence survivors. I'm sorry, but I don't see it that way. I see that as more of like a beard to be like, look at how much we care. You don't really care. You care as long as you're getting money. How much of the percentage actually goes to that anyway? I don't know. And I've been recording for 4 hours now. I'm not even kidding. I don't have the time to look that shit up right now. I have to pee so bad. We need to get through this.
Face. Last I checked, 10% of every sale that I make goes to help support victims of childhood sexual abuse. So now you tell me that my company is not special. when that's what I'm supporting.
Lots of MLMs have these kind of charities and stuff. They'll go to something else. I didn't know it was like childhood domestic. I don't know. That almost makes it worse to me. Childhood sexual abuse. I swear I thought it was domestic violence, but I guess, you know, maybe because I know at one point it was. I guess Younique doesn't care about that so much anymore, and now they're like going all QAnon, being like, oh, we gotta save the children. That's what this sounds like, the way she's talking about it, but damn. Wow, Younique, so special. That must be why they're charging $53 for a fucking eyeshadow palette. They're taking $5 of that and giving it to QAnon. Listen, I'm not trying to downplay like the whole like children's sexual abuse shit. Like, I obviously that's an important thing to fight against, but like it's just funny that like probably like less than 2 years ago, I'm pretty sure it was a domestic violence thing, and now she's saying it has to do with children. I'm like, I don't know. It doesn't sound very special to me. It sounds like they're just kind of rolling with the times. It sounds to me like they changed their philanthropy and changed what they're supporting based on the times, based on what they think people are going to want to buy into, you know? I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but it sounds pretty fishy.
Good luck. Let's see. What was the other thing that I was seeing on here? There's lots of very specific hate on here. Like, I'm just like, I can't stand all the hate. It's ridiculous.
She's so mad.
I don't know. I feel like there's so much more to this, and if there's anything else you would like me to address, just put them in the comments, because I really like feel like there's more to this, and I would like to address it. And
last I checked this video on Instagram, since it's still up, none of the comments are on her side. They're all just like calling her out. I could scroll through and look, but I don't have the time. I'm like really ready to get through this because I have to pee.
Research this and talk to you guys about it, because it's just not, there was something else on here that I was like, rubbed me the wrong way, and I can't remember. Let's see, hold on. Oh, this one. When you join and work for an MLM company, you're still making a CEO rich. Duh. Like, they founded the company. Like, if you decided to become a marketer for a big company, like, let's say you just like, I mean, Nike doesn't do this, but I'm just using it because they're local, maybe. But like, if they had independent contractors that were out selling Nike shoes, you know, like, yeah, their company is still gonna make money, okay? And the marketing person is gonna make a commission, right? I guess I should use like, I'll just use some other makeup company. Morphe. Morphe is like buco famous for their makeup brushes. They have affiliates. They have all that sort of stuff. They make a percentage off of their sales, and there is still a CEO getting rich. Like, isn't that the whole point? Like, when you found a big business like that and you like decide that you're going to take on all of the stuff and you're going to have departments to manage and all that, you should be rich, okay? Like, there's nothing wrong with the CEO being rich.
Well, I would disagree with that from a political standpoint and an economic standpoint. Like, I'm of the personal belief that like billionaires just shouldn't exist at all, and therefore multi-millionaires, it's like, I don't even know if they should exist, but I'm a progressive socialist. So first of all, I agree that if that's a point that Nicole made, that's kind of a moot point, I guess, to me. I'm like, okay, yeah, I guess so. I don't know the context of where she read that from too, because it must have been from a different post. So like, if it was from a different post, there was probably more context to it. The way she reacted, just like, duh, yeah, you're making a CEO rich. It's like, yeah, I don't think any of us denied that. But also for her, so where I disagree is where she's like, yeah, there's nothing wrong with a CEO being rich. I think there's a lot of things wrong with a CEO being as rich as they are in this country. No, I don't think billionaires should exist, but that's just me.
They are still helping provide jobs, and you joined as, you like chose to go join as a salesperson to make commissions. Like, if you're not okay with making commissions for a job that you signed up to do, like, don't do that job. Don't hate on people that enjoy it, because I love my job. I love doing this. This allows me to create income, and yes, it does create income. It allows me to create income from home. It allows me to be with my kids. It allows me to prioritize my life in the way that I want to. Am I rich? Am I the CEO? No, absolutely not. But Do I get to prioritize my kids? Do I get to stay home when I'm sick without calling anybody? Do I get to help out around the house? Can I drop everything if my husband needs something? Can I go to every one of my kids' sports games and still make money? Yes.
And this is the sales pitch I was talking about earlier. She's just like, oh my God, I have no idea why like all these people think that, you know, this business is something that it's not. It's like, because what you just said, everyone else in your sales force is saying the same shit. And it creates this expectation that that's just how it is. If you join your MLM, you're going to be able to prioritize your kid. Like that is, and it's sold to be like, it's so easy. And she even said herself, sorry, Griffin's screaming. She even said herself that small business owners work so much harder than people in MLMs. Okay. Okay, so do you work hard or do you not work hard? All of it just doesn't make sense.
Yes, I can. Okay, so
Congratulations.
whoever wants to like hate on that, like, please, like, step up. Please. I don't know. There's like so much stuff. Inventory loading is like stupid. It all comes, anything that anyone orders, ask anybody. Like, if somebody orders something from me, and not all people do this, but for me, since I teach this classy boss tribe way, I require all of my customers to purchase from my website because I want them to have their 90-day money-back guarantee. If they purchase from me, from inventory that I have at my house, then it's not guaranteed through the company anymore. And if they have something wrong with it, I'm now having to replace it in order to make good on the 90-day guarantee. So I never want that in the first place. All of my customers' orders go through my website. The company sends them product. I do not buy any product that is not for me to show you that I choose myself to buy. Not to mention you earn tons of free product. Like, I can't even tell you how much free product I get from this company just from working my business. Like, all I need to do is sell $200 in 10 days and I have free makeup. That's it. Like, you get free makeup. Like, you get YCash credit. That's why we talk about YCash all the time. And for other companies, it's called something else. And yes, all MLMs, companies, structures are similar but different. And different companies focus on different things. It does take time to kind of find which one makes sense to you for whatever reason is the most important for you. But, you know, it's a personal choice, but it's all legit, okay? It's all legit. It's all legal. I know she said she didn't say it was illegal, but she called it a pyramid scheme, and a pyramid scheme is illegal. So that is what she's not understanding, is that a pyramid scheme is illegal and MLMs are not.
Okay, I'm pretty sure the person who is misunderstanding that is you. Sorry, everything that she just got done saying is just like, okay. So here's what I don't understand. She seems to kind of grasp some of this, but then like it's like a whole selective hearing thing. It's like she'll admit to something as long as she can counter it with something she thinks is significant, even though nothing she's saying is significant.
And so MLM just means multi-level marketing. It means, yes, there's a tiered system. It is simply a way to pay salespeople commission. It's a way to have those people be independent marketers. You can do it as an influencer with zero recruiting. You can do it as a recruiter, and you can sign people up and help people. And when you get paid bonuses, it never comes out of your downline's pay, and none of your downline is ever required to buy anything. Your job as a leader is to help them become better salespeople so that you guys are legitimately selling the product. So yes, the company can make enough money to pay you bonuses. Make sense? Totally legal.
I mean, yeah, but in order for the company to make enough money to pay you all those bonuses, the profit margins are just like through the roof. $53 for 4 shades of eyeshadow? Come on.
Totally legit, totally valid, totally ethical.
Ethical!
Are there individuals doing this unethically? Absolutely.
The entire business structure is unethical by nature. Ma'am, tell me how to do an MLM ethically. You cannot do an MLM ethically unless you remove recruiting. And when you remove recruiting, it is no longer an MLM.
A lot of individuals doing this unethically. But the more we talk about it, the more we create education around it, the more we teach correct marketing skills, the less that will be and the more accepted this industry will be, because it's totally legit. And it's no different than somebody trying to be an influencer. It's no different than somebody
is.
trying to be a leader on a stage. It's
All of those things don't require recruiting, ma'am. You know the difference, right? You understand there's a difference, right?
no different than somebody trying to sell their book. It's no different than...
Yes, it is.
I mean, maybe their book, yes, but it all goes hand in hand, okay? It's like at-home business owners, period. Like, flexibility, freedom, work your own schedule. But do you have to work? Yes, you have to work. And I think that's what most people don't realize is you have to work. Like, you have to put a lot of effort into it and a lot of time, and it does take time, just like any other social media job. Like I said, if you're deciding to be a YouTuber or a blogger, any of that, you have to build your network and your audience before you'll see any money. Like, those people work for years before they become like the one-hit wonder. People think, or not one-hit wonder, but what is it? Like, overnight. Everyone always thinks it's like some overnight success, which is all BS as well. Like, yeah, maybe it suddenly hit the mass market overnight, it felt like, but those people worked for years for very little or free before it led them to that, okay? So there is no such thing as an overnight success. You will learn that in the stories of lots of famous, successful people. If you go look them up, I mean, it's a whole nother video. So
What's she talking
I should go
about?
back. I want to break this up and like really focus on a lot of topics because I think this is super important. And I feel like there's so many people being shamed in this industry when we should be allowed to get on here like any other influencer and promote things without all that shame. Like anti-MLMers that are super uneducated that might find like a few facts that blow it out of proportion to mean something totally different. Because last I checked, all businesses have a very huge failure rate.
I don't think you actually ever checked that. So maybe you should actually check your source. What a concept. No, just go by what your upline said.
Okay, so that you take that as a sign that you can either go slave away for the rest of your life for somebody else and it'll feel really easy for you, or you can work your ass off, build an empire, and relax a bit.
You can't build an empire with an MLM because if the MLM shuts down, then you no longer have your business, your empire. It goes away. It's not yours. But sure, yeah, call it an empire. Fine.
I don't know. It's just a personal choice. So, comment below. Tell me what you think. Ask me your questions, and let's keep going on this. All right. That's my little rant. It was totally unplanned, so I hope it wasn't too scattered, but...
It was very.
Nicole, Anti-MLM Nicole or whatever, go check out her page because she is asking for lots of exposures. So here it is. All right, ta-ta.
Come on, you got it. You can do it. You can do it.
I can never exit these. There's always the awkward moment of me trying to find the dang X.
This is more than an awkward moment.
Lives I've done and I still can't find the X on the screen. All right. Bye for real.
All right. Wow, we finally did it, guys. We finally made it to the end of that dumpster fire. Great job. Yeah, the way she signed off there, she's just like, Nicole, are you shooting her? Is that a threat? Oh my god. Woo! So that was something. I don't know, guys. Let me know what you think down below. That was really long. If you're still here, dude, thank you. Damn, thank you. It feels good to talk about a company that's not paparazzi for once. Again, I'll keep y'all updated with all that. But yeah, I needed to get away. So thank you. Anyway, guys, let's thank my patrons and my members. Guys, these are the people who support me the most. They are my financial supporters. They get access to things like our Discord server. It's a private Discord server. We have a postcard club. So if any of that sounds good to you, you can go to patreon.com/SavannahMarie, or you can click the join button beneath this video. Just whatever works for you is fine. Fine by me. Whatever platform you want to use. And with that, guys, the biggest thank you in the whole wide world goes to Janelle Pratt, Cecilia Dudek, Christy Taylor, Elizabeth Wyatt, Nady Dragon, Leanne, Meredith Nakata, Molly Wasilewski, Ryan Mute, Sheila Tapia, Tiff C, Turd Ferguson, #GetTheW, Weatherington Law, Alice W, Amy Huffman, April Lindblom, Boris Geller, Casey Scraper, Katrina Rosemerick, Claire T, Danae Twitchell, Daniel Urena, E. Higgins, Erica Louder-Craddock, Jerry Duncan, Hanimal Crossing, Heidi Ha, Hippie Kansas Girl, Julia Wheeler, Kim Cartwright, Critter, Lizzie McQueen, Maddie Darley, Marley Fletcher, Nah, Not Today, Princess Deathwish, Rachel McHenry, Samantha Jackson, Stephanie Hell, Tuesday the 13th, Ian Shrouth, Jennifer Dyer, Jessica Cecil, Caroline Caroline H, Emion, Kazanese, Auntie Lou, Colin F, Jess Kronfeld, Krista Scantlin, Liz Plantasy, and Fallon Lowry. To the rest of my financial supporters, thank you so much. Oh my god, there were like a lot of new ones on there today. I was like tripping over my words and everything. Ooh. Thank you again to NordVPN for sponsoring this video. Even if you're not a financial supporter of mine, thank you for making it to the end of this video, because YouTube loves watch time and it will promote this video more if there is more watch time on it. So I do so appreciate you. Keep making waves, babes. I'll smell you all later. Mommy Tsunami out.